Hey, good morning. God bless you. Today is May 3rd. Why did I say May? It's June 3rd. And welcome to the Ministry Podcast. We have another resource review that we want to do for you. I'm out here on the water, actually, out here at the beach, Quintana Beach. Let you guys hear that rushing water out there. It's beautiful. Sun's coming up. It's about, I don't know, 6:58. And waiting for another ship to come in out here at work. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about a book that I've read recently, and it's by Henry and Richard Blackaby. And this is okay. Let me show you the cover here. It's this man looking through a spyglass on a boat, spiritual leadership, and I just looked at it right now, and it says revised and expanded. Wow, I didn't know that I was reading the expanded version, and that might have some of the reasons why I didn't thoroughly enjoy this book. Guys, I there is some awesome information in this book, but it's really something that you have to mine for. The reason I say that is the book is really dense. It's really long. I'm used to reading, 250 page books, and even up to 300 page books, which is pretty average as books go. I prefer reading 150 page books or so, or less. And, maybe it's just capacity in my mind, but I figure if I'm one of the more avid readers that I know, and generally people don't like to read. So if I would prefer 150 pages or less, I imagine some of the people that I'm talking to are not going to want to read over 300 pages, and these are like more like textbook pages, and they're pretty dense. But the contrast there is that there's some really good stuff in here, and some really awesome, insightful questions that he has at the end of every chapter as he wraps it up. And it's one of the books that I went through with my pastor, and we talked through. But just going to go over a couple of these points here. Chapter 1, the Leader's Challenge. It talks, well, there's a number of things. I'm going to talk about chapter 2, the leader's role, what leaders do. There's in ministry, I mentioned before, ministry is a lot about relationships, and what it talks about with the role, what leaders do is basically pastors have to take on, and it's not just pastors, he's talking about leaders in general, but in the situation that most people are in, is that we're leading others spiritually, and that puts us in the role of a minister or a pastor, and God's word says that we are a royal priesthood, and so in that role we have to fill a lot of different niches, like basically stuff that a lot of stuff that we wouldn't care to do, but we need to fill those roles to be. Paul says, I'm all things to all people, and a lot of times in ministry, to make the most of the relationships, we fill the needs where we see them, and let God use us in whatever roles that we can fulfill to advance the kingdom, and to use those things to draw closer to people and to help people to move to their next to their progression and their faith and their next level. Okay, chapter 3, leaders preparation, how God develops leaders. And one of the things that he talks about is a minister that spends, I think it was like 3 hours for every 30 minutes that he's on the platform of prayer. And that's awesome, man. It's a lofty goal for me. Just concentration is hard for me, after about 45 minutes, to stay zoned in. And he talks about a number of different things. But chapter 4, which is one of the most beneficial, I think, that I got from the book, was where do leaders vision, where do leaders get it, and how do they communicate it? And he really questions our motives, our heart with our vision, and did God give it to us, or are we relying on the things that we're good at, good ideas, or things that we have resources to do? or is it, really what God's asking us to do? And have we spent the time in the quiet place and searching God to know, is this really what we're supposed to be doing? Is this really our vision, or is it a vision from ourselves? And it's really something that we have to ask ourselves. And then the book is called Moving People onto God's Agenda. It's part of the title. Is the leader's goal, and really that's throughout our faith we will realize that that's the main thing that we have to do as believers, is let go of our agenda and move on to what God is asking us to do. And it has to do with our vision as well, just like I said, that we have to make sure, is it really what God is giving us, or is it our agenda playing out in what we feel like God is telling us to do? And anyhow, it like I said, guys, it's a thick book. There's some really good stuff, but I recommend, if you're to go through the book, that you skim it first. You find the stuff that you think is going to be the most beneficial to you, and make sure that this is a dense read. Once again, it is Spiritual Leadership: Moving People onto God's Agenda, and that's Henry and Richard Blackaby. All right, so guys, send us your questions, comments, and we will love to hear from you. We are on iTunes. You can type in the Ministry Podcast Marco and subscribe to us. The Droid platform, guys, I'll put the feed burner in the show notes so that you can subscribe that way. And man, we're excited. We're getting a number of downloads, a number of subscribers. And man, God's kingdom is growing, and we are just happy to see that and be a part of it. Hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow, and tune in, and we'll just be happy to see you. God bless you.